boy is dangerous.
Bad feeling about this.
You don't seem to understand something.
Another Soul Safe remake.
for me, this is how it goes. But Jah knows all of your woes, my black rose, yeah.
To keep and carry it, you've got to water it. To keep and carry it, you've got to water it.
Look crank.
I'm a F-A-N-A-T-I-C. I rep Christ till I D-I-E. I'm not extreme, I'm redeemed with faith to serve a God who's extremely great. I'm a fanatic, I'm a F-A-N-A-T-I-C. I rep Christ till I D-I-E. I'm not extreme, I'm redeemed with faith to serve a God who's extremely great. I'm a fanatic.
Good evening. My name is Graham Watson. I'm Collin Watson's uncle. And on behalf of the Watson family, I just want to thank you for coming out, showing your support and your love for Collin. At this time, I just want to open up the microphone for anyone to have any comments or any reflections, any words to the family. You're welcome to do so. Please keep your comments brief, as we don't want to have anything drag on for any extended period of time. So at this time, I'll open the microphone for anyone to come up and say a few words. Thank you.
My name is Maureen Miller, and Valda is my mother's sister, and Collin was my cousin. My mom and that sister, they're a couple years apart, and they were like this. And because of that, where my mother goes, I go because I have to drive her. So we're always visiting her. And the one thing my mom will tell you, you don't mess with her, because my mom will take you out. My aunt, my cousin Collin, he was fun to be around. And with me, I'm always trying to tell him what to do. And he's always saying, watch yourself, Maureen, watch yourself. And then whenever I cook anything, he'll eat it. And then he'll come and tell me, I just whopped off some of what you had. I said, that's okay. It's cooked for whoever wants it, But the thing is, just the fact that he died this quick, at this early age, it really tore me apart to just hear that he died. And I know today he joins my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my uncle, and my mom, and my dad, wherever they are. I'm hoping they're in heaven and God sees them. But I know my mom will welcome him when he gets there, because he and my mom, she fussed at him a lot, but they were like this. They born the same month, and he and my mom, they get along really well. On P. And I'm just gonna miss him. Because when I go there, the stuff he would say to me, I'm always trying to control him. And he's telling me, you don't control me. And I know I don't control him, but I just have to fuss at him. And that's how he always said, watch yourself, Maureen, watch yourself. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him.
One thing about Collin, he loved family. And he made a lot of cousins that I didn't even know were cousins. And he was like, Graham, we got a cousin over there. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right. We'll link up. But if you love Collin, he loves you back. He loved you really hard. And he was a good guy. And I remember from the time he was a very short youth in my sister's basement, we had a basketball goal up on the wall. And I would tell him, block this shot. As I put it up, block this shot. This is what's gonna make it happen right here. Go up here and block this shot and put it to the backboard. And he would do that. And as he got older and started excelling in basketball, that was one of his trademarks. He would do that, block shots, grab it off the board, start the break, dish, score, whatever he had to do. So he loved basketball, he loved his family, and he loved his friends. So it's a sad day, but we're gonna celebrate Collin. We're gonna celebrate him, We're gonna also have a memorial service for him on his birthday, which is the 26th, at Graham School Park on the basketball courts, where he loved to be, on the courts. So if you can make it out there, please do. We're gonna have some balloons, we're gonna have some candles, we're gonna play some of his music. And again, we're gonna offer time for people to have reflections on how he impacted their lives. So anyone else have any reflections or words? Please come up.
can't think of no place I wouldn't rather be right now. And there's no place I want to be right now. But here on my front, like Graham said, Collin loved hard, man. And but if you can get past that tough exterior, he said some good stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on how you took it. And like I didn't know Collin. I know Collin maybe 8-10 years now, but it seemed like a lifetime, man. He was just every day, you have to, where you at? What you doing? And if I didn't see him, if I didn't talk to him for a couple of days, he would call me and be like, yo, what's up? You went to the gym today? I'm like, yeah, you gotta go now. You know what I'm saying? So Collin, man, we just became very fast friends. And one thing about Collin was a gracious host. He knew how to make people feel comfortable around him. And that was an attribute that it would just always amaze me, man, because Collin could be ignorant when he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody. I only can speak for the dynamics of my relationship with Collin. It was a time me and Collin was gonna fight. Well, we didn't fight, but like he just wanted to see how tough I was. Like, I'm like, what you want to do then? You want to do something? Let's do it. Let's jump off the car. So we jump off the car. A lot of times, man, I just saw Collin, like, I would remind him, he would black out that night. And I would remind him what he did the night before. I said, man, you poured the drink on the boy's head. You don't remember that? No, I did. So, and it was just an unbelievable ride with Collin, man. He made me a son's godfather. I put him on the cover of a book. I don't even know how those two things happen, but they happen, man. So, Collin was just a good friend to me, man. And I had my moment with him before he died. And I thanked him and told him I love him, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to be here for my friend. I'm not really into public speaking, but for my friend I am, man, because I knew he'd do it for me. Couldn't nothing happen to me. He was around. And that's it, man, Collin. And if nobody ain't love you, I did.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joan Smith. The Smith family, we have some of the family here. I really miss Collin. I missed him because after the death of Keishon, he would pass by the house sometimes 2-3 times per month, ring the doorbell, and when I go out, I said, how are you doing? He said, I know you can barely walk, but I want to know how the family doing. And I would tell him, everybody's doing all right. He said, okay, everybody's doing all right. And he asked me if I wanted to do something. I said, no. The last time I spoke to him, he said, that's after Krista, he said to me, he's going to plan something. Let he and his friends then plan something to celebrate for Keishon's death on the 28th of this month. And I missed him because he always stopped by and check us out if everything is all right. Well, now he cannot have anything. So I don't know, they might meet. So may his soul rest in peace. The family is missed him, and we give condolence to his mom, his brother, and all his family. God bless you all.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just a neighbor, and I want to go a little ways back with Mr. Graham, with Mr. Watson, rather. And my son, John, was about 7, and I would send him out there on South Columbus to get a haircut. Mr. Watson would cut the hair. I send John back, tell Mr. Watson to cut it again. And that's the way it was. And we didn't have a problem with that. And then finally, I met Mrs. Watson and then the boys. And it's been a beautiful relationship. But we realized that the moment that we enter into the world, the countdown starts. And we don't know that they know the hour. And it wasn't planned for us to be here today, but it's all in God's plan. But we thank God for the life that he lived. Most pleasant young fellow. I always like to look at his eyes because in his eyes there was something different, because they said that the eyes reveal your soul. And he was always respectful. And the last time that I talked with Collin, we were in the dollar store. And you know, if you don't have much money, you can survive in the dollar store. And we were buying some of this, some of that. And he said, "This is my neighbor, Mrs. Jones," he was telling the lady there. And she said, "Well, how do you do?" I said, "How do you do?" And then Collin left out the door. And when I got into my car, I followed him down 4th Street. And that was the last that I saw the young fellow. But we're praying that the Lord will continue to uphold his family. Amen. Because in the area where we lived, when we moved there, all of the neighbors came by and said, "This is your uncle and this is your aunt. You never met them before," but that's the way it was. And we accepted, and we love the Watsons, and we just thank God for how it is. And we're just going to continue to pray. And Graham, I haven't seen you in a long time, but good to see you.
Hey, everybody. My name is Phoenix. I knew Collin. I said I wasn't going to cry, but we attended Champlain College together in Burlington, Vermont. We met in, I believe, 1997. One of Collin's teammates, Darius, who's here today also, the two of them would be together every single day. And I had a little Plymouth Colt. It was a 2-door. It was very small, and I used to go pick them up every single day, and they would put their 6'6" bodies into my little car, and we'd go run around town in my little 5-speed, and we spent pretty much every single day together for about 2 years. And I really, really grew to love Collin very much. He, when he left Vermont and went on his other journeys, we would meet up in different states, and I moved to North Carolina. And every year when I drove to Vermont, I would stop in Mount Vernon, and he would say, "I'm around the corner from my mother's house, come and get me." And we would go one year to the Bronx and get Jamaican food, and the next year we would go to Harlem and get Jamaican food. And I was a single mom when we were in college, and my son looked up to him very much. And he was always very gracious toward my son. And I know that he loved his own son very, very much. And his son is a spitting image of him. And I had the good fortune of spending time with Makai yesterday. And I've made a personal commitment to stay in Makai's life and to remind him of what a wonderful man his father was. He wasn't just gifted athletically, he was gifted mentally through his lyrics. Maybe he didn't always say righteous things in his lyrics, but he meant them. He also was very argumentative, as others have alluded to. I'm 5'2" without my stilettos, and I was not afraid of him. I would tell him dynamite comes in small packages. And I would fight with him, but we always recovered quickly and get right back to love and loyalty. And I think in part as a result of our arguments, I had the courage, you know, he toughened me up for real. I had the courage to become a lawyer, and now I fight lawyers in court. And he was really proud of that, and I was really proud of him. And I was really grateful that he was a big part of my life. And I will never forget this man. And I know that he's going to watch over us, even through the tough exterior. As another has said, the eyes are the window to the spirit. Collin had a very, very good spirit, a loving heart. And that's what I'll remember the most about him. So my condolences to the family, to Courtney, to Miss Volda, and to all of you who are grieving. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Anya. I'm Collin's first cousin. I didn't think I was gonna be here, but we had some times, we all grew up together. Every Saturday having to go to Nib's house and stuff and read a book for an hour before we get a chance to play outside and stuff, I ain't never forget that. So yeah, Nibs is always about the education. We had to do that first and foremost before anything. Right. We would read our book and then we watch the Saturday Kung Fu flicks and stuff, and then we got a chance to go outside and play. That's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? My first cousin, and I remember, he used to always want to hang with us, and all of us, but we didn't want him around and stuff, because we kind of was like the black sheep. He was a gun-gutty, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really want him to be around us and stuff like that. But he used to look out for my kids and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh my God. I love him so much. I can't believe it. We had some times, oh my God, me and my brothers, me and all of us just hanging out, hiding from Daddy. Remember me, we used to have to jump off the roof and stuff because Daddy was coming. Oh man, those were the times. But you know what I'm saying? He's a king, you know what I'm saying? He reborn today. He's gonna be reborn, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna celebrate on the 26th, I love him, he had his kid, his beautiful daughter, his beautiful son, like you said, he loved everybody. He was a trooper, he was a G, you know what I'm saying? I love him, and we're gonna celebrate this reborn day for my king.
I honestly don't know what to say or what words to use at this very moment. It's hard for me to explain to you all what Collin means to me. But then again, I think it's easy because everyone's been saying the same thing about what this guy stood for. And it's unanimous. He was 100%. He was unapologetically Collin Watson. Crazy thing is that he came across or interacted with people from different, various walks of life. And they all share the same common opinion of this guy. Their stories are all similar, and they're all factual. The fact that he was very stubborn, argumentative, but what overshadowed all of that was his love for his family. We were close because your moms were close. I've never seen two people more close than my mom and his mom. Like my sister said, for that reason, we spent a lot of time together. I said to him once that we grew up together. And he, of course, had to correct me, which he would do with everybody else. Oh, no, man, we ain't grew up together. You're way older than me. Yeah, I'm older than you, dog, but that gave me the advantage, which you'll understand. I'm only 15 years older than him. But it gave me an advantage that I got to watch him grow up. He didn't get to see me grow up, but I got to see him grow up. So that's the difference right there. But we did in fact grow up together because as a child, but he was a child. So in fact, we grew up together. That's the point. I did get to watch him grow up, and it was a wonderful scene. I'm grateful for the fact that I got to see it. I appreciate everything that he stood for, the things that he did. I just wish I had the time to do more. That's the sad part, because this was just so sudden, unexpected. It's like you could have told me, and guess who passed? I'd have had a million guesses, and he would have been, I don't have been on that list. But we had to move on. That's such is life. And what can we do to make our future better? Is just to keep him as a part of us. Because from this day forward, it's going to be very difficult for me to imagine life without him, because he'll always be in my head. He's always be there in front of me. I can always imagine him standing over me, looking down or saying something. I don't know what it is, but I just want to let this dude know that I appreciate everything he stood for. I love him dearly. I love what he provided me as far as a family in New York. His family became my family. His friends became my friends. And I love this dude with all my heart. I'm not going to say I'm going to miss him, because he's a part of me. I will carry him with me for the rest of my life. I truly hope to make him proud in my continued endeavors. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Alvi. That's my cousin. And the crazy thing about it is, I'm y'all cousins too. And I never met a lot of y'all. We used to always talk about it. That we gotta just do more, talk to each other more. He always talked about just us, just reaching out. And literally like 2 days before he passed, he's literally one of my biggest supporters. The person who just always motivated me, give me confidence with my music. Just singing and just telling me to just keep going. I feel like a part of me is just lost. I ain't gonna never forget him. Never forget the talks. Smoking blunts with him. Drinking Henny. Like, this is hard. And I know we losing a lot of people, but just need to tell everybody you love them while they're here. And I got to do that. I talked to him literally the day before. He set me up a studio session in Miami. And he was supposed to meet me and Shannon out there. Flight was booked. He never made it. So just love him while you're here. And I love you, Big Cuzzo, Big Buzzo. You already know we're gonna represent, and I'm gonna do this music for you. And I love you, and your kids. Tell them I love them too. I don't know where they are here. I didn't even get to meet them yet. Your daddy was a real one. I love you, bro.
First, giving all honor and glory to God. And Collin, CEO, Collin, my boy, Collin. Collin, Miss Watts, I love you. Man, I mean, this guy right here, I'm so thankful. He made my life easy in certain aspects because of how good he was, right? How good he was. I remember meeting Collin, and he was brilliant. This guy he was so much more. I'm gonna give you a couple of stories. He was very, 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 very smart. And basketball obviously was our common ground. And I was this jump shooter from the South Side, and I heard about this dunker from the Heights, and he was over at Pennington School, and I mean, it was like, for me, it was like magic playing with him, because it was easy. I just had to know where he was, give it to him, and he'd take care of the rest. And he was also one of my biggest supporters for a strong friendship. He's one of my big supporters. He's obviously, Collin for basketball, he's probably had about 20,000 highlight dunks, right? Most competitive person I've met. He wanted to do it at the highest level. Anything he wanted to do at the highest level. He wanted to compete against the best. And he wanted the best for the people he loves. And if he loved you, he actually, he rooted for me more than me. He knew my 4 dunks, his 30,000 dunks, he was there for my 4. And we would talk about it, same stories, but he was way more excited than me. I'm like, man, such a friend. But he was a track star and he didn't know it. I don't know if you know. Track star. Never knew it. I was there to watch him. If you know anything about track, distance track, he was training for basketball and he would train so hard and with such a purpose. A mile, we was training, clocking, timing our mile distance. And if you know a mile, if you ran a mile in 6 minutes, you really worked, right? That's time. He ran a mile in 95. I was 16, 17 years old. He ran a mile in about 4.5 minutes. It's amazing. Just a fun fact about him. But I don't know. Still trying to put it together. I think now it shifts clearly to, Clarissa and Kai, and keeping the energy, trying to match some of the energy that he would kick. I'm stored with so much energy from him. I have the source, I can kick it out from what he's given me. So, I think that's important, but I'm here to mainly think, I'm thankful for the life of Collin Watson, good friend, great brother. And I'll always he'll live through me. I'll try to match his intensity, where needed. I'll learn from his stubbornness, and I'll smile because he's a fool. And he loved to laugh. We laughed, and we're going to continue to laugh, and we're going to continue to push and inspire, because that's what he was all about, motivator. But I love you, bro.
Good evening, everyone. We are way past the capacity limit. I'm going to ask if you've been sitting for a while, just rotate, allowing some of the others who are outside would like to come in and sit. So just rotate. You can come back in another 10 minutes. We'll just rotate.
Yeah, it's all the same. I love it. Today, I know, right? Grandfather, yes. Yeah. Bringing it on to the college university. Oh my gosh. I already did my whole little bit of lashes. I got on like 4 more.
Huh? I can't hear you. Aunt Nene, so I'm at phone. Mommy, tell Aunt Nene to put her mask on. Aunt Nene to pull up her mask.
No, he's not.
All the time. All the time.
That's crazy.
All right, folks, we're going to continue the reflections. So if you're going to be heading out, please do it quietly. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna start with my reflection of my older cousin, Collin. For those who don't know, my name is Allison. Collin was and is my favorite cousin. We grew up together in the same house, which I've had the pleasure of doing. Him and his older brother with my brothers and my sister. And Collin was beyond overprotective of me. For years, I was not allowed to go to my grandfather's house. The first time I went to his house, I was 28, I think. I think I was 28, I'm 32. I was never allowed to be around nonsense. Collin has always protected me and been present in my life for everything that has happened to me. He protected me when I didn't even know I needed to be protected. Thanksgiving, Collin would always say, yo, Allison, you know, such and such is our cousin. And I would be like, Collin, I don't know these people and I'm not related to them. So I'm not interested. But he's like, nah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna bring you out and you're gonna meet all of them. And I'm like, all right. Didn't really want to do it, but I promised him that I was gonna do it because it was gonna make him happy. According to Collin, we were related to everybody. Okay, so if you are my cousin, hello, nice to meet you. Probably see you at some Thanksgiving sometime, some way. But Collin was my homie. And, you know, April 18th, I'm starting not to like this date because my other cousin on my father's side, Glennis, was killed today, which marks 6 years. March 18th, when Collin died, my father died March 18th. So these 2 days are a little emotional for me, but I'm gonna be all right. I'm sad that Collin is not here, but I'm not too sad because Collin knew I loved him. We hung out, you know, we did things together. So there was nothing that I needed to tell Collin that I didn't already tell him. So I'm at peace with that. I knew Collin loved me. He would always say, I used to hold Allison in my arms like this. Like, sir, I am an adult now. Like, let's move on. But Collin was and is forever still gonna be my favorite cousin. Sorry to the rest of you guys. I still love you, just in another way, you know? But Collin's my homie and he's definitely gonna be missed. It's been so many days, it's been a month, and about like every 2 days, I catch myself saying, Collin's dead? Nah, he ain't. Now we're driving around Mount Vernon looking for him. I'll keep going to my aunt's house, driving by like a stalker, but that's just what I do. Looking to see if he's there, and it's just like, all right, he's not home right now. He'll be back later. But the sad reality is that he's not. So what I'm gonna do is hold on to our memories, you know, and I'm very grateful to have known him for 32 years. I got lucky. So he's gonna be missed, but it's gonna be all right. So thank you for listening to my little reflection.
Hello. I'm not good at the mic, but I'm standing. My name is Andre. Very unique son that you have, Miss. 4 years ago, I met him. When I say met him, he came to my house with some other people, and they was using the weights in my backyard. He had just gotten some trouble or something had happened. Didn't meet him no more. 2 years ago, we meet up again. I'm sitting outside my house on Milton. And I'm watching him in the park with a guy named Will and his son, Lil Man, we call him. And every day I'm watching him. So I said, I gotta go see what this guy's brain is about. I went to the park, I met him, and we talked. And there's something about him that we connected. And our relationship started accelerating, meaning that we just started talking about each other's family, everything. It was like it's crazy, even now. Monday, and I'm talking because I'm nervous. Monday, before he passed, he came to my house. And he was like, oh, gee, you got to get up out of what you in because I have a sickness. You see, you got to stop feeling sorry for yourself. He was my motivator. And he was like, come on, man, you got to do this, you got to do that. And Thursday, I get the word, which I couldn't believe. This guy was very unique to me. I've never took nobody around my family on Thanksgiving. He ate dinner with me at my house with my wife and kids. I've had some conversations with him that was very profound for me to be so young, all right? And I told him when I met him, and we really hit it off, I said, you didn't choose me. I chose you. I watched you for 2 years in the park every day in the summer, chin-up ball, doing this, and with his little son, Lil Man. And I want you to know, the family know, whatever he did in life, he was a very unique person to me. Very, very special. I mean, we only had, to be honest, 8 months together. But them 8 months, oh my God, so much conversation. It was like he was rushing to get me to know who he is and the Watson family and you know, because he's a family person. And I was like, wow. And then Monday he come to my house. I was going through something. I'm still going through it. And he was my motivator. He said, yo, man, don't you fall down like that. Get back up, man. Come on to the gym. Come on, do this. Come on, do. Yo, OG, you know, he gave me the name in the neighborhood. He gave me my name, OG. And I just want to thank him, man. I want to thank his family for even getting to know him. I want to thank his mother for bringing him in this world so that I was able to get to know who he is. He touched me. He's very, very special dude, man. It's just, I guess God had another plan for him. You understand me? But for the family, you know, my condolences. For Lil Man, I don't see him in here. You know, if I live that long, I'm gonna try to be in your life through your family. You know, thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe McCurdy. I go back with Collin to the age of 13. As I sit at the back, I listen to everybody use all these descriptive adjectives to describe Collin, I think it's just my turn to tell you who he was to me. Ladies and gentlemen, we all need somebody in our life to push us, no matter where we're trying to go. He was one of my first motivators to show me where I needed to be. If anybody knows him and our background, you know that we came out of Westchester, number 1 and number 2. He looked me in my face and said, Joe, nobody can mess with us. We 1 and 2. There is no 3 and 4. There's 1 and 2 in Westchester. We had teammates, as you heard one of them come up and speak to you. He was another one of my motivators. But with this one right here, he would do things that was hard for me. So when he wasn't looking, I had something to practice and come back to him and say, look what I did. Shake his head. Y'all know him. And those people and those motivators are what we all need to get us where we're going. He pushed me to get me to where I wanted to be. And I thank him. I thank him. I thank his family. I thank his mom. All the things that I've learned coming up through those years when we were going, those are the things that shape me now and make me the man I am now. So I appreciate everything that he did for me. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the point now where we look back and all we could do is reflect on the impact that the different lives that he has touched and how he's affected us. All I can say is thank you. I love him for what he did for me and who he made me and how he made me, and all of the different inspirational people like him that have impacted me. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Well, I grew up with Collins. He's 4 years older than me. We met each other in Graham School Park. And from day one, he was just like a big brother I never had. Anytime they played basketball, like with Yacht, any of the big people, he would put me on his team. I was like this big. Couldn't do anything, but no matter what, he was always encouraging. Like everybody's saying, he's always encouraging. He always pushed me forward, do something better. As we got older, the sibling thing got even more tough because he just always like nitpicking with me all the time. Always bothering me, getting on my nerves. Like, CO, just leave me alone. Whatever. But what I wouldn't do right now for him to be doing that to me right now. Like, I really don't got much to say. I just had to come up here and say something. Thank you.
Just about what needs to be and the other person's